The YouTube creator world is a very difficult place at times, especially for those of us like you and me who may be small creators. We are constantly looking for some advice, something to help us move our channel forward. And this desire sometimes can be very frustrating, and it can actually cause a lot of anxiety in our lives. One thing that I can tell you is I have learned YouTube gurus are not the answer. I find that most of the guru advice is really just their ability to make profit off your views. And there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with the idea is for us as small creators to think that the YouTube gurus are going to solve our problems. That's not the way it works. Most of the advice you see from those so-called experts is just repackaged garbage. They tell you to turn this button on, turn this button off. Don't upload at this time. Don't upload this way. Upload at this time, upload this way. You know the gamut. You know how you can sit down and get absolutely different advice about almost every step of the YouTube content creation process. Well, I've got a solution for that. And I'm going to talk about that solution and some things that you and I, as small channel creators, should not do. Well, the first thing is just that. Ignore the YouTube guru's advice if you're looking for something that makes your problems go away, something that makes your channel really pop and move forward. They don't have the answer. That answer lies somewhere else. We all know where that somewhere else is. It's within us. The other thing I would advise about not doing is do not ignore the basics. And the basics of YouTube are this: a good setting, good lighting, good sound, and very good content. Content being the key word in that entire phrase. The last thing I will tell you not to do as a small creator on YouTube is don't go searching for a niche that is hot and trending just for those reasons. Just because it's hot and trending doesn't mean it fits you and your expertise or even your ability to present that information. That's something I see all the time with advice. Go to this trend, go into this niche. Well, if you don't have a lot of background and you don't have a lot of passion for that niche, you're just going to be creating mediocre content, and mediocre content doesn't get any views. It doesn't get growth. It is a recipe for failure on YouTube. Those are a few things I think are very important for you not to do. Now let's talk about some things that I believe you should do. And let's start with the simplest part of it. And the simplest thing is the basics. Yeah, people sometimes just skip the basics, but they're very important. You need a good setting. You need to be comfortable where you're presenting your content or building your content. You need to have good lighting and good sound, and you need to have a camera that produces good quality YouTube content. Whether it's your phone, whether it's an iPad, or whatever you choose to use, just make sure that you're producing really good content and that the material you put out on your channel is of high quality. All those things are the basics. That's what the audience expects with no question from every channel. Then they start looking at what you're saying. So that's the how you're saying it, how you're presenting it, now the what. But one thing before we get to what, do be consistent. You hear this from gurus all the time, like it's some magic potion. No, it's not magic. It just helps you build an audience. It helps you stay in front of the camera. It helps you build thumbnails, do better descriptions. It helps you in every way because you're practicing your content creation over and over. And that practice will make you better. So consistency is very, very important. We talked earlier about the idea of what you're going to talk about. And we said, don't chase after a niche. Okay, well, the opposite of that is when you find that item or that subject that appeals to you, that you have a passion for, that you really understand, when you find that, focus on it and stay focused on it. Don't get so far ahead of yourself that you start being stressed and you start pressing. Take the passion you have for that topic or for that subject and develop it. Develop it from your side and develop it for the audience's side. Make sure that you create content that grows and builds your audience by offering them really helpful advice or telling them a good story, giving them some really valuable information. Or maybe your teaching channel. Maybe you are actually instructing people with your YouTube content. Be very precise, be detailed, and be accurate with everything that you're saying. I think that's the best thing you can do when you want to make sure that your content is always solid. And now the thing that I think that is probably the most important as a small creator on YouTube. You're probably creating content because you want to be successful, because you're disciplined. Maybe you're a little bit driven. And again, you have a passion about a subject. Well, all those real positive attributes can put pressure on you when you don't see great results right away. YouTube is hard. Actually, YouTube is very hard. If you stop and realize that 1% of all creators ever get monetized, I think it's 1.9% with 100,000 views, and it's 9% with up to 10,000 views, and 88.4% have less than 1,000 views. So just let those numbers sink in for just a second. And the key number is 1% of all creators ever get monetized. That's a small number. Doesn't mean you can't get there. And it doesn't mean that some people don't just immediately have success. Don't worry about the people who have the immediate success. Wish them well and move on. Worry about your content and the creation of your content only. That's the only thing to worry about. And as you're going through this practice and you're dedicated to it, and you're spending those hours with trying to put a good script together or good bullet points so that your material comes across natural and helpful, don't stress. Don't be so focused on this whole process that it begins to affect your own emotional well-being. YouTube can create a great deal of frustration. I know that personally. It can create a great deal of anxiety. I've had a little bit of anxiety about it, but overall, I see all the time in the comment sections, I see it on different subgroups on the internet. People are so frustrated. They're so absolutely upset about everything that is going on with their YouTube channel. You have to manage your expectations. And if you'll set proper expectations, I think they will help you not to get frustrated and not to really make this a chore and make yourself almost physically ill by focusing on YouTube. And I want to throw in one other thing here. As I've said on this channel many times, I am also an author. I have written 8 books, 4 of them here. Let's see, 5 of them here. I always have the same connection with writing as a self-published independent author as I do with being a small YouTube creator. It's a world of invisibility. I write, I think, very well. I think my books are successful, some much more than others. But I am totally invisible in the world of booksellers. My books are found on Amazon typically when I run ads or I do promotions or some marketing aspect takes place. Right now I'm working with a great company called Jones Bookstore. They are doing tremendous marketing work for me. They're doing great things to help me get visibility and to put my books out in front of a larger audience. So kudos to them. And no, that's not an ad. They're not paying me anything. I'm paying them. I'm working with them, and they're doing a great job of marketing my self-published books. The other thing is this. When you are a self-published author, you think that the hard work is over after you write the book. Part of the hard work is over, but more hard work is coming because now you've got to market your own material. And as I said, thousands, actually hundreds of thousands of new books monthly. There's probably several million new books annually on Amazon because of print on demand. We all can print a book via Amazon KDP and other print on demand services for nothing. There's a lot of junk out there, but there's also a lot of traffic. That's the thing that as an independent author, you have to realize. Just like with YouTube, you have to manage your expectations. So why do I bring these two up? Writing and YouTube creation. Because the true answer to your dilemma of maybe frustration or anxiety is this. If you are a YouTube creator and you like the content you make, you're a winner. You're winning for you and whatever small following. It doesn't matter what the following is. If people are looking at it, fine. That is the win. And keep working on it so that grows. In the world of writing or self-publishing, I love these books. They may never sell. I probably have 2 books here that are close to 1,000 copies sold. That's a very small number in the world of publishing. I love every one of these books and all the books I've written, all 8 of them. I love them. I enjoy them. They matter to me and they matter to my family. That's a win, and I'll take it. It's a great comparison because if we all just keep ourselves in check and in balance, focus on the success of your creation, whether you're creating a book or whether you're creating YouTube content that you believe in and that you feel good about. I hope this video has been helpful to some of you. I hope it will help you just relax a little bit, move away from frustration and anxiety. Stop and look at the work you're putting in and give yourself a little credit for your discipline, your dedication, and just bear down and keep working. That's all we can do. It's never bad to have the dream of being monetized or being a best-selling author. Just manage that expectation. Do the work, be consistent, and let things go as they are, but take those small victories as you go along. Everybody take care. We'll be back with another video in a week or so. I hope you have a great week. See you soon. Bye-bye.